what's going on. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't really know what's going on. A lot of people don't understand why an administration that got elected going, we're going to actually go in there, and this permanent government of the CIA and all these agencies that are constantly fomenting conflict all over the world and spying on Americans and listening to them, we're going to get rid of that. However, before we do that, let's first give Palantir $800 million so that they can compile a list of everything you've ever done. Does that sound like the deep state's going away? I'm curious. I don't even understand. I'm confused. If you're not confused, you're an op. Truly.
I'm not confused. I don't think we're confused because we've done enough research on this shit. The deep state does not mean what he thinks it means. The deep state is a neo-reactionary idea. For the neo-reactionaries and the people of the Dark Enlightenment is not companies that help the government collect data and surveil you. That's just good business, baby. The deep state is the levers of power, like the media, the university institutions, and the bureaucracy in government that are stacked with careerists. So people that gain their positions of power not through elections, but because they are posted there, because they're on boards of directors or they're executives and they're high-level managers, because they're technically savvy. They've got like a master's in business management or a technical skill. They're technocrats. These people are the deep state. They're in there. They have the real power. They've taken that, arrested that off, the real elected officials like Congress and the president. That's the real deep state. So when Trump said that he was going to, drain the swamp and stuff like that, they were going to attack the bureaucracies. And like, we've read this in Project 2025 now. We've fucking read it. We've seen it for ourselves. There's no speculation here. It's let's get rid of the high-level bureaucrats who are progressive-minded, that have got the woke mind virus. Let's get rid of those pricks and stack them with loyalists. It says it. It says it if you read enough Curtis Yarvin, or you listen to someone like Nick Land, or any of the neo-reactionary content creators out there. They just want to fuck the bureaucracy off. The deep state's not going anywhere. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better as they hire tech bros to help them surveil populations better. And like, this is why it really is surveillance capitalism. It's not just full of surveillance capitalists who make money off like controlling the data highways and the digital landscapes out there. It is because we're moving to a world where capitalism itself is defined by surveillance capabilities. Like, it is the digital architecture of the 21st century in the information age that allows the world's populations to be surveilled in the interests of capital. So whether that's making profit off it directly as a capitalist or as a state entity that is beholden to the interests of capital at large, and you're surveilling populations and all that sort of stuff to control labor, to control the working people of the world, so you can continue to have an economy that ticks over in a capitalistic manner. That's what surveillance capitalism is all about. And I'm surprised, for someone who's like, he obviously rubs shoulders with like rich people, data colonialism. Yes, it's the new form of capitalism, and its ideological structure is neo-reactionism. And so like, yes, they're not draining the fucking swamp, which was the rhetoric used to convince MAGA types to vote for them, which was like, we're gonna get rid of the evil people and you can have your liberty back. Like, no, it might have been like that to convince you to vote. But the real deep state for them were all the people that are ideologically divergent from kind of this conservative libertarian mindset. And so they call them, evil progressives, the left, or wokies, that are all riddled throughout the private and public bureaucracies. They just want to get rid of those people, those technocrats. That's it. The institutions of power can stay because they need the data so they can continue to be surveillance capitalists and serve surveillance capital.
If you know the answer, you're an op. I'm no longer speaking to people who aren't.
We know the answer, goddammit.
Dumbfounded and confused because they're incredibly dishonest. Anyone that's not confused is incredibly dishonest. Anyone that has a clear line of shit right now that goes, well, actually, let me tell you about it. You're compromised. You're full.
We're compromised. I'm compromised. All right, be careful when listening to me. Okay, I've been compromised.
Remember, I am, you are, we are a mystery.